Hello, friends, it's Laura, and I wanted to record a quick video on empathy and share with you an important distinction on two different types of empathy as related to autism. And I learned about this through another content creator who I will share in a comment. He specializes in talking about people with Asperger's. So in any case, he came up with a really good distinction that I've immediately found relevant in my life between two different types of empathy: cognitive empathy and affective empathy. Now, the kind of experts in the autism field who created the diagnostic criteria for autism will often say that people with autism suffer from lack of empathy, or that's one of the traits that they have is low empathy. And personally, one of the biggest reasons why I completely did not even consider that I could be autistic was because of that criteria or trait that was so closely linked with autism. I was like, no, I'm one of the most empathetic people I know. There's no way I'm autistic because I am very empathetic. I often overempathize. I really will get quite carried away in my empathetic feelings for people as well as animals. Okay, however, what this man really clarified to me was that his understanding is that when psychologists talk about lack of empathy, what they're really referring to is lack of cognitive empathy, which means that autistic people often really don't know what other people are thinking, which he distinguishes from affective empathy. And affective empathy refers to what people are feeling. And his take on things was that autistic people, and I really don't know how this relates to kind of the levels, low support needs or high support needs, but I guess at the very least, high support needs people, low support needs people often are quite high in affective empathy. So they are very good at understanding what people are feeling. Now, I'll just give you an example of this. So today I went to the supermarket and I was in a parking lot and had finished my errand, or at least actually I had to abandon my errand. I was done. And I was backing out of my parking spot. And I was backing out of my parking spot. And as I was backing out of my parking spot, I was maneuvering my car to the left. And I was going to exit left. Now, there was a woman. She was like a few spaces down. I don't know how, maybe 3 spaces down. Okay. She was also backing out of her parking spot, and she was going to be exiting the parking lot right. So she was maneuvering her car right. Now, I felt quite that there was enough room for both of us to pull off these maneuvers. But this woman was absolutely furious with me. And she was beeping at me. She beeped. I guess she wanted me to stop. Now, hours later, after I've retold this story multiple times, it's now dawning on me what she wanted me to do. I'm thinking maybe she wanted me to stop. Okay, maybe she wanted me to stop, but it's a little weird. Okay. In any case, she was beeping at me, and I just could not figure out why she was beeping at me. Okay. So there we go. Low cognitive empathy. I continued what I was doing. I backed out of my spot and I proceeded to exit left. She beeped at me again. She angrily gestured at me and she continued to exit right. As I was exiting the parking lot, there was another woman who was kind of like watching the whole thing, and she looked at me and I looked at her, and I just shrugged my hands. Like, I shrugged my shoulders, and lifted my hands. Like, I don't get it. What is wrong? And the woman actually kind of shrugged her shoulders back at me, and we kind of just smiled, and we moved on. But I knew that woman was angry at me, and I felt that in my body. To be honest with you, whenever people beep at me, it quite rattles me, and I felt triggered by that. But it really wasn't clear to me what she was thinking, what she wanted me to do, okay? Without her saying it to me. And she couldn't say it to me unless she decided to scream out her window. But those kind of scenarios, like, that to me is like a real crux of where some autistic weaknesses are, right? Because her only way of communicating was through nonverbal means. I could pick up the emotion, but without her using her words, I was really, truly clueless. And I think maybe, as I'm going to be telling this story, like, maybe I could have stopped. Maybe that would have been, like, a more neurotypical reaction was just to have braked and let her go. But that, honestly, I was confused. I was really confused. And I think the low cognitive empathy really played into that, as well as probably low slow processing time. So in any case, I just think it is a very valuable distinction between this cognitive empathy and affective empathy. And if you're maybe doubting if you're really autistic because you feel very empathetic, because you do pick up on people's emotions and feelings and can very much relate to how people might feel. Know that could very well be a strength of many people with autism. And I know that is true for me. When I talk to people and hear about things that they're going through in life, I feel I can very much imagine how they might feel. It's hard for me to imagine what they might be thinking, though. Or at least often I'm wrong about that. Anyway, thank you for listening. If you found this valuable, I would appreciate a like, a subscribe, a share. Many thanks. Take care.